Guys, it's Narelle here, and welcome back to a new video. In this video, you guys will be seeing me color 6 fan arts of the main 6 characters from Code Lyoko. I'm super excited to bring this video to you guys. It took me forever to finish it, but I like how the results turned out. So before we start the actual fan art part of the video, I'm just going to show you the supplies I use just in case you guys want to use the same supplies. So I use this Strathmore visual journal. It's 140-pound watercolor paper. I freaking love this paper, and oof, it's just so precious. And I actually use my 2 watercolor sets. I use my Sakura Koi, which actually, if I didn't drop it, looks like a hot mess. Like, oof, don't judge me. And then I use my Winsor and Newton Cotman watercolors. I'm not a fan of these, to be honest, but they did the job during Ailita's part. So anyways, enjoy the video. So how I decided to do this video is that I started off with the boys first, which is Ulrich, Jeremy, Odd, and William, and then I did the girls last, which is Yumi and Ailita. Since there is more boys, I thought I can get them out the way, which is actually a plus because let me tell you, there is some gorgeous men in Code Lyoko. So just my general senses about this whole project. I had a lot of growing up to do in terms of how I apply myself with my artwork and how I apply myself with watercolor. Because if you guys don't know, I am predominantly a colored pencil artist. I never use watercolor for anything much than just doing flat shades, but with this project alone, I really wanted to use watercolor as my main medium, and I actually was really scared when doing Ulrich's piece since he was the first one. Like I said, I've never used watercolor other than for flat shades. So when I was actually shading Ulrich's, I actually had a lot of trial and error going on, and that is the reason why I actually do not like Ulrich's. His is my least favorite out of all of the characters. I kind of wish I went about it in a different approach. So hopefully by the time this video is uploaded, I will have the redid version of Ulrich, because I believe I can do a lot better job on him than I did on this image. But yeah, so like I said, I wanted to draw all the characters because this is a show that I really loved when I was a kid. I would come home from middle school just to pop on the TV and just turn it to Code Lyoko. I believe on Cartoon Network it showed like 2 episodes each day, so I managed to catch both episodes because my grandma was in college at the time, and whenever Code Lyoko came on, she was doing her homework. So yes, but anyways, I just really love this show. It's really nice. I am the first to actually say that the characters do look weird. Their style is just really weird. So when I actually converted it over to my style, I'm like, oh my gosh, this does not look like the characters at all. So I hoped I kind of grasped the character's essence in my style. But now we are on Odd. Odd's was my favorite out of all of the characters in terms of coloring. I actually decided with Odd, I will do his line art all in the colors of his items. So his jacket is in purple line art, that purple thing in his hair is in purple line art, his face was lined with a brown liner, his eyes, mouth, eyebrows, black liner, and of course his hair was lined with the brown liner because he has blonde hair. So I really wanted to go for another approach with Odd's drawing, and I really love Odd's. His is not my favorite, but his is the second favorite out of all the characters. And I really did struggle a lot with his hair because I do not color blonde hair a lot. A lot of my characters have darker hair colors, and I kind of do that just to keep myself in my comfort box. So I actually had a lot of fun doing this picture of Odd. And of course Jeremy, who also does have blonde hair. I actually pre-planned out their background colors, but when I got to Jeremy's, I totally forgot Odd has a green background. So both of them share green backgrounds, and I am like, oh my gosh, why did I do this? So doing a whole series is tough, man, because there's a lot of planning that goes into this, but nothing is impossible. I just I didn't do it at the right, I'm not going to say I did it at the wrong time, but I did it where my head could have been more focused into what I'm doing. But am I proud of what I did with this series? Heck yeah, I love all of these fan arts, and maybe in the long time future, maybe 80 years ahead, I will redo this, because this took a lot of time and effort, and I basically kind of did each character when I felt like drawing a character, because I just didn't want to rush it through. So yes, and I actually did speed up and cut out some clips of the coloring, so you guys would not be here for 30 minutes, because I'm pretty sure if I kept all of the coloring footage, you would be here for an hour. So, you know, you're welcome. But yeah, that's pretty much it for odds. I love like coloring blue eyes because they're just so there. So now we're at Jeremy, and let me just tell you, Jeremy's was the funniest one to do, because if you guys have not watched the show or seen the show, Jeremy is very funny, because every time something bad happens, he's like, Xana. And I'm like, I have to get that facial expression for Jeremy. And I think I nailed it. I think it's golden. And my friend and her boyfriend and her brother was here a couple of weeks back, and Jeremy was the fan favorite out of them. They freaking love Jeremy, and I'm like, yes, because he was my favorite as well. I just have a lot of favorites. You know, like, I don't know, I kind of feel bad to be like, I love this piece of art, but you know, I love this piece of art, because I don't want to make it seem like, oh my gosh, I'm the best drawer out there, everything I do is good. Because if you look at Ulrich compared to Jeremy, you can tell which one's better, but you know, that's just another heel I have to go over. But in the comments, let me know who is your favorite character from Code Lyoko. I would love to know. And if you guys have a ship, let me know what ship you have. I am not going to say mine. I'm going to let you guys guess what my ship is, because I think it's a lot more funner. And if you guys are wondering why I didn't draw Missy, who is an annoying evil character in the show, it's just that she's annoying, and I didn't want to give her any time of day, even though she is one of the more important characters in Code Lyoko, because she does have a lot of screen time, not a lot than the main cast, but she does have a decent amount. I just really wanted to focus on the main characters. So now we're on Williams. Williams just kind of gave me a breath of fresh air, because I freaking love coloring black. Black is one of my favorite colors to color, so I'm like, yes, finally, black, no more color. I find it so funny because a lot of my friends are like, we don't like coloring black, and I'm sorry for my phone like overexposing this part of the recording. I don't know what happened, but I did manage to fix it. I don't know, my phone is just being the dirt right now, and we're back with good quality. So anyways, I'm just overjoyed how this series turned out, and this was actually inspired by my friend Starry or Kawaoni here on YouTube. She did a video like this a while ago, I think based on Mew Mew Power, and I'm like, I so want to do this, but I want to do it based on Code Lyoko. So thank you, Starry, for giving me the inspiration to do this series. So yeah, and I think around the time that I got to Jeremy, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm almost done. I gotta give my 110% to these pictures. So yeah, that's pretty much it for William. I don't know if I called him Jeremy. I think I said William. My bad. But guys, and if I have to pick a fave boy, it's William. William is my fave boy. I think he's just too gorgeous for his own freaking good. But yes, and oh, I did use the Uniball Signo gel pen to do the white parts of each picture, which you will see when I do the flip through of all the images, so you can see them a lot better. And yeah, so that pen really did work wonders. So if you guys have not dabbled into a uni ball signo, you're missing life. And I actually used some cheap dollar washi to be my border because it doesn't stick a lot to this paper. So I'm like, I'm just gonna use that. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for William. I am like shook because I can talk for this long for this video, but I didn't really want to be like that person that does a 2-minute narration for a 30-minute video. So I want to give you guys some content at least. But anyways, I guess I'm gonna talk about how I got into Code Lyoko. At first, I didn't know what it was. I saw it was on Cartoon Network, but I'm like, I don't think I would like that show. And one day, my friend Brittany, she was obsessed with it, and she was like, Narelle, you have not seen this show? And I'm like, no, I haven't seen it. She was like, it comes on Cartoon Network, check it out tonight, it comes on at 6. And I'm like, okay. And I checked it out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this show is so good. The opening song is freaking amazing. Like, I think the opening song for Code Lyoko is just very unique to its own. Like, I can say that's a classic opening because I think everyone knows it by now. But I will actually have a cover of it as the background music because I really want to give this a very much so Code Lyoko vibe. So now we're on Yumi. Hers is my favorite drawing, hands down. I freaking love how Yumi looks in my style because she's bae. Like, I have to give bae justice. So the minor changes I gave Yumi was lipstick. She does not have black lipstick, guys. Her mouth is just bare. It's very pinky. And I'm like, I think she'll look extra badass with black lipstick. So I gave her that, and I actually did not ink her or Aelita because I wanted the girls to have a more softer feeling. And now that I look at this, I'm like, why didn't I just leave the guys without line art? Because I love the softness of these images. So yeah, and with Yumi's coloring with her sweater type thing, I didn't add a lot of detail because I wanted to keep it very loose, very non-detail heavy. I just really wanted the watercolors to kind of work its magic. And for her hair, I relied kind of more heavily so on the colored pencils. If you guys want to know, the pencils I'm using to color their hair is actually the watercolor pencils I use for the flat shades. I really love using them as colored pencils. A lot of people say, don't do that because, I don't know, I think it's against the rules to use a watercolor pencil as a coloring pencil, but I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna break the rules because I love doing this. It makes my experience with watercolor a lot more easier than what it's worth, because if you use the pencil like a pencil, you can easily go over it and get those shades. So now we're at Aelita. Hers gave me a very bad shrug because she was in a really bad ugly phase for the longest time, and I literally wanted to give up on Aelita, but as soon as I kept adding on the pink shades and just kind of getting, you know, going ham with them shading, I really love how she turned out. Again, I actually used some very ugly washi tape. It's the Minions, and I don't like the Minions, but that was the only washi tape I could find, so I'm sorry. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed looking at all these fan arts I did of these amazing characters from this show. As for the originals, I don't know if I want to give them up just yet because I'm still so attached to them, and I don't know, I don't really think people would like them because, you know, the show isn't really popular. It's kind of known if you actually know what it is. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for, you know, waiting this long for this series. I mentioned it on my Twitter, but I never really put up sneak peeks of each drawing because I wanted to keep it hidden. So thank you guys so much for waiting for this. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.